ranking all DPS in Marvel Rivals Season 1. Alright, starting off, we got Black Panther. So he received a few nerfs. Nothing crazy. He just got nerfs to how much armor he gains when he does his little dash attack. It's nothing crazy. If you still know how to use him, he's going to be a threat. I don't think he's as good as he used to be, but I don't think he goes down a tier. I'm going to put him as a solid B tier character. Next up, we got Black Widow. This character is all around weak, especially if you're not on a keyboard and mouse. Horrible ult, not great DPS, just a very bad character. Probably the worst DPS in the game in my opinion. You barely ever see him in high elo. Then we got Hawkeye. This character did receive some nerfs to his charge up time via its range. You have to be closer now, but it really doesn't change much. He's still great, still one of the top 5 DPS in the game. Great kit, it's just solid DPS, decent maneuverability. I'm going to put him in A tier. I don't think he's S tier. I think he may have been S tier last season. Definitely A tier this season. Still very solid. Then we got Hela. Hela, even through the nerfs, the hit scan is too good. The range, the poke is still very meta, especially against like compositions with Hulk and an Iron Man. So she's still extraordinarily powerful. She has great mobility, great DPS, great burst damage. I'm going to put her S tier. I think she's still S tier. She was maybe, if there was a tier above S last season, that's where she was. She's still S tier. Then we got Iron Fist. A lot of people in low elo believe Iron Fist to be broken. It's kind of a low elo mindset, below gold or platinum maybe. He's really not that good above gold. You may be able to do some stuff above gold, but it's very rare. If your team focuses him and knows what they're doing, he's going to be very easily counterable. Just not that great of a character. I'm going to put him as a C tier character. Not that good, especially if you know how to counter him in ranked. Then we have Iron Man. So here's the thing about Iron Man. One character makes a difference from him being a C tier character to an A tier character. And that character is Hulk. Without a Hulk, C tier. Garbage. He's countered by the majority of meta duelists, aka Hawkeye, Hela, Punisher. But when you add that Hulk Gamma Ray team up, he becomes broken. So because of that, without it he's C, with it he's A. I'm going to put him in B because it's a good middle ground. I do believe that he's probably a little bit better than Black Panther just when he gets that team up. But without the team up, he's definitely worse than Black Panther. Then we got Magic. Now here's the thing about Magic. She received a little bit of nerfs, but she's still extraordinarily powerful. Dives the squishies, used a lot in high elo, and going against a good Magic is just, it's gonna fucking shit on your parade. I hate going against a good Magic. Do I think she's as good as Hawkeye? No. Do I think she's better than Iron Man? Probably. Better than Black Panther? Definitely. So I'm going to put her right here. She's borderline A tier. Now here's the thing. If you know how to use a Magic, actually, you know what? I'll put her A tier because she's very solid. Just a very solid DPS. It's just the melee DPSs are a little more, you have to be more skilled to use them, and it takes a lot more to use them and be good with them in Marvel Rivals. Then we got Moon Knight. So here's the thing. Moon Knight is a noob's best friend, but also at the same time, he is a bunker buster. And if you notice the enemy team is playing together, or even if they have a Loki, he's very good at countering Loki because it's going to be bouncing off the Loki clones and getting a shitload of damage. I would say use him. He's solid. Don't get me wrong. He is used by players that don't have the best aim, but he's just a very solid character, and he's dope. I use him a lot. And I still will shit on him because he is a character used by noobs a lot. I'll put him in B tier. I do believe he's better than... I don't think he's better than Iron Man. I do think he's slightly better than Black Panther. It's arguable. They could be tied. Then we got Namor. Now here's the thing about Namor. Namor is so good at countering dive comps, like a Spider-Man. He's pretty much... If they have a Spider-Man that's whooping your ass, which is rare, but if it happens, go Namor. Namor is going to counter the Spidey so hard... And he recently got buffs to his Luna Snow team up, which just makes him that more powerful. I am going to say Namor he's definitely better than Magic. And this might be a hot take, but I do think he's better than Hawkeye this season. Just because Hawkeye has received slight nerfs and his primary fire does less damage than Hawkeye's, but at the same time he has the squids, and with the team up that makes him even more powerful. So having a character that doesn't really have any team ups compared to a character that has great team ups and also can do around the same DPS, I'm gonna go with that team up character. Then we got Psylocke. Now here's the thing about Psylocke. Ultimate got nerfed, and since Doctor Strange is meta and Magneto is meta, and her ultimate can no longer go through shields, she no longer can ult like a payload as well if there's a tank there. And it does affect her character a lot because her ultimate was busted. Now it's still very solid, but at the same time, is it going to be able to do as much as it used to be able to? No, it's just not. So I'm going to say she is a high B tier character. I don't think she's as good as Iron Man. Don't think she's as good as Moon Knight. I think she's better than Black Panther, so I'm going to put her right here. This is where she goes. Very solid, can do lots of good damage, good in dive comps, also decent in countering dive comps. I mean, that's a more elaborate discussion I could go into in another video, but she's just a very solid character, can do a lot, and yeah. Next up, we got Punisher. Now, here's the thing about Punisher. He recently got a buff, which he definitely did not need, and that just makes him even better. Now, here's the thing. I believe that Punisher is probably... Oh, man, this is tough. I'm going to say he's not as good as Hela right now. Here's the thing. He could be as good as Hela. They're probably tied, but Hela, just the hit scan ability is just too good with someone in high elo that can aim. They know what they're doing. It's going to be busted. Punisher is very solid, and he also has the shotgun, which is super good against like a Hulk or a Strange up close. And the turn's useful, his ultimate, very useful. I don't think he's as good as Hela. I think he's slightly worse, maybe 5% worse than Hela. Then we have Spider-Man. Okay, so the thing about Spider-Man is, if you know how to use him, he's probably a B tier, but if you don't, he's probably with Iron Fist. I mean, it's just so much input for such little output. You have to know so much to be able to do just enough to remain viable on a team with Spider-Man, to whereas if you put that time into learning another meta character, you'd be climbing the ranks 5 times higher. It's just not worth what you have to use to learn him. I mean, if you know Spider-Man and you know all the techs, new combos, yeah, he's probably A tier. He's very good at diving the backlines. But without that, nah, he's useless. C tier. Then we have Wanda. And here's the thing about Wanda. From bronze to gold, very good. Because she takes no skill. No skill at all. And in the high elos, her ult's going to do nothing. It's going to provide no use. It's just going to get shot down. Unless you're using it to take out one guy or 2 guys that can't take it down in time, it's pretty much useless. But in low elo, yeah, very good. But this list, I'm trying to make it as even. So I'll put her B tier, very bottom of B tier. I think she's better than Iron Fist a little bit and Spider-Man a little bit, but nothing crazy. Nothing real crazy. Okay. Next we have Star-Lord. So Star-Lord's a very solid character overall. Great ultimate, great DPS, extraordinary movement. Paired with an Adam Warlock, this character's broken. But without the Adam Warlock, I'm going to say he's probably A tier. With the Adam Warlock, definite S tier. It's kind of hard, but I'm just going to go A tier. I think he's better than Magic. I'm going to say that. Maybe a hot take. I don't think he's as good as Hawkeye or Namor, so I'll put him right there. Alright. Now we have Squirrel Girl. So, Squirrel Girl is good on probably 80% of the maps in this game. If they have a tight choke, she's broken. If they have a, there's certain maps where she's not as useful, but overall she's just extraordinarily solid. She receives some slight buffs. I'm going to say she's better than Magic, but I don't think she's as good as Star-Lord, so I'll put her A tier. Now we have Storm. So here's the thing with Storm. Very bad until you get that ult, but that ult is very useful, especially on points or domination. Very solid ult. I'll put her B tier. I think she's better than Wanda. Not better than Panther. I'll put her right here. Alright, next up, we got Winter Soldier. Now, Winter Soldier recently got buffed, which definitely should not have happened. He should have received a nerf or nothing happened at all. But with the new buffs, this character is without a doubt, the best DPS in the game. It's really not that close. I mean, you're looking at these characters, and he's just busted. It's crazy. The DPS, the ultimate, again. This shit's crazy. It's unbelievable. He needs a nerf. He's broken right now. His combo where he rips someone into the team, and then he turns or does a 180 and punches them further into your back lines. Yeah, it's just not fair. And I love Bucky, but he really needs a nerf. His character's busted right now. In any high elo, if you have a Bucky that knows what he's doing and has half decent aim, he's going to have the most damage, the most final hits, the most kills. It's just busted. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. Okay, next we got Wolverine. So here's the thing about Wolverine. When he first came out, and I have to admit, I said it too. I said, this character's shit. But now, I'm more like, this character's broken. I'm a tank. I'm a Vanguard main, and dealing with this guy is the bane of my existence. I hate dealing with a good Wolverine. They'll sneak in, they'll dive you into their backlines, and even if you get them low, they're going to have their last stand ability, and they're just going to get out. And the damage reduction, everything about him, he's extraordinarily solid. I think he's better than Magic. I think he's better than Squirrel Girl. Don't think he's better than... Actually, this is tough. I'll say he's better than Star-Lord, just for now. That might be a hot take, but I'm going to put him there, because when you're in Diamond, which is where I am right now, and last season I got GM, I think I was GM2, borderline GM1, the people that know the game and know how to use these characters, they're a lot more intelligible with their abilities and how they use them, and going against a good Wolverine is just so damn annoying, because he's just going to tear your team apart, tank after tank after tank. If there's a good Wolverine, you can't even run 2 tank anymore. That's how crazy it is. Okay, Mr. Fantastic. It's hard to rank him because he's so new, but here's the thing. I've noticed this. Every time I have a fucking Mr. Fantastic on my team, I end up losing. So just because of that, I'm putting him in C tier. Now, it's too early in the season. If I was not being biased, I'd probably put him in B tier, but I just hate having this idiot on my team. He always throws, so he's going in C tier. That's it for the video. I know I'm probably wrong on a few of these because I don't play every character, but at the same time, I've been in high elo for a while. I notice what works, what doesn't, and this is my opinion on the Duelist tier list. If you have anything you want to add, any comments you like, please comment. If you liked the video, please like, and until next time.